the mystery about the exaltation and debilitation of the planets Rahu and Ketu in astrology. Do you have an exalted Rahu and you're almost 45 to 50 years old, and you have also gone through the Rahu Mahadasha, but you have not got any miraculous results like name, fame, money, recognition and things like that? And similarly, do you have an exalted Ketu and you're already 48 years old, the maturity period of Ketu is over, and you have also gone through the Ketu Mahadasha, but still you have not got any materialistic gain or appreciation during the Ketu period? So, having an exalted Rahu and also undergone the Mahadasha of Rahu, you have not achieved much, and having an exalted Ketu and having gone through the Mahadasha of Ketu, still you have not gained anything. So, today I am about to unravel this secret of the exaltation and debilitation factor of the shadow planets Rahu and Ketu in astrology. So if you want to know about the secrets of the actual exaltation and debilitation of planets Rahu and Ketu, then first you have to subscribe to Purab's Astrology, guys, because only if you subscribe to Purab's Astrology, then you will get access to such different content. And after watching this video in its entirety, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button, but show me your genuine reaction. So hey guys, what's up? I hope you guys are doing great, and I welcome you back to Purab's Astrology. Let's unravel and let's reveal the truth to the world about the actual exaltation and debilitation factor of the planets Rahu and Ketu, right? So before getting into this topic, first I would like to do a recap of what we all conventionally know. The general idea is that the planet Rahu is said to be exalted in the sign of Taurus, and some texts mention that the planet Rahu is said to be exalted in the sign of Gemini. Similarly, the planet Ketu is said to be exalted in the sign of Scorpio, and some texts mention that the planet Ketu is also exalted in the sign of Sagittarius. So the exaltation sign of Rahu becomes Taurus or Gemini, and the exaltation sign of Ketu becomes Sagittarius or Scorpio, right? So there are several people, millions and millions of people who are born with exalted Rahu and Ketu. Rahu in Gemini, Rahu in Taurus, Ketu in Scorpio, Ketu in Sagi, and they are born, they go through the Mahadasha, Antardasha of Rahu and Ketu in their life, but they don't achieve much. Nothing miraculous or great happens. Do you want to know why such thing happens? Do you want to know what is the actual exaltation and debilitation factor of Rahu and Ketu? The truth is that Rahu and Ketu are like a virus, and they replicate and try to behave exactly like the lord of that particular house. So imagine this Rahu to be a virus, and this Rahu is placed in the 9th house, for example, debilitated in the sign of Sagittarius for an Aries ascendant. So Rahu is trying to replicate and take the form of a Jupiter. Now what sort of a effect this Rahu will give you will depend on the dignity of the lord of Sagittarius sign, that is actual Jupiter. So if Jupiter is exalted, then this Rahu will replicate and give you results of an exalted Jupiter. And if this Jupiter is debilitated, then this Rahu will take the shape of a debilitated Jupiter, and it will deliver you results of a debilitated Jupiter. Similarly, Ketu also works like a clone. If Ketu is placed in the sign of Scorpio and Mars is debilitated, then this Ketu is not efficient much to give you results. But if the same Ketu is placed in Scorpio and Mars is exalted, then this Ketu can give you success, materialistic, spiritual, psychic powers beyond boundaries. So, in a nutshell, the truth is that fundamentally Rahu and Ketu, being shadow planets, are directly dependent upon the lord of the house in which they are placed. So if Rahu and Ketu are placed in a particular zodiac sign, it can start from Aries and go till Pisces. Rahu can be in Pisces and Ketu can also be in Pisces, but both Rahu and Ketu are capable of delivering you absolutely miraculous results only when the Lord of Pisces, that is the planet Jupiter, is well placed. Similarly, Rahu can be in Scorpio and Rahu can appear to be debilitated in your horoscope. But this Rahu can drive you towards a lot of success in secret activities, in research, in transformative stuff, in CBI and secret investigation bureaus. If the dignity of the Lord of the sign Scorpio, Mars, is either exalted or it is in own sign or it is in Scorpio itself along with Rahu. So I am busting all myths, guys. In the case of Rahu and Ketu, don't see the conventional exaltation and debilitation signs only, because exaltation and debilitation is just one factor, but especially in the case of Rahu and Ketu, these planets are directly dependent on the dignity of the Lord of the house or zodiac sign in which they are placed. So they take the shape of the Lord, they try to behave like the Lord, and they try to replicate. So it's like a double strength given by God to you. If Rahu is in Capricorn and Saturn is exalted, then there is the power of two Saturns. One, Rahu, which is trying to behave like Saturn in Capricorn, and second, the planet Saturn itself, which is exalted in Libra. So Rahu is trying to create another Saturn in Capricorn and deliver you great results, right? So remember, the driving force or the driving factor of the planet Rahu and Ketu are the lords, right? So don't be very happy if you have an exalted Rahu and Ketu in your chart, and don't be very sad or depressed if you have a debilitated Rahu and Ketu in your chart, because the actual funda is that, the actual game is that, the actual turning of the table becomes when you find out that the Lord of Rahu or Ketu is exalted in your horoscope. So I hope this video enlightened you. I love you all, guys. Subscribe such that you get more such amazing content. So take care of yourself, take care of your Rahu and Ketu, and take care of the Lord of Rahu and Ketu. This is Purab signing off from Purab's Astrology. Adios, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.